Sorry, that was a little dark, but it's kind of the truth.
Hey, do you
So
guys have this album?
Tony
Tony
Williams.
Williams, what is it?
Wilderness.
Oh no.
Uh-uh.
I think it's the last record he ever did. I gave a kid a drum lesson probably 12 years ago. Lance Croucher,
Hmm.
good young drummer. He was there by himself. His parents hadn't left him any money. He felt bad about not being able to pay me, but he had just gotten a big old stack of CDs. And he said, "Why don't you take two or three of these?" I said, "No, man, I don't want to do that." He said, "Take one." So I went through them, and it's Tony Williams and Mike Brecker's on it, and Stanley Clark's on it, and Michael. It's loaded. And I brought it home and put it on, and it's orchestral stuff. It's drop dead beautiful chamber music. The first
Mm.
track. I said, "Son of a bitch!" Somehow got the wrong disc in the wrong case. Ejected it, and it was Tony Williams. And the
Yeah.
CD, he had just started writing that stuff. It was all his compositions. These beautiful little 7-minute chamber pieces, and then a track that's burning, and then chamber music.
Wow.
And it's the most fascinating CD, and it's gorgeous.
Hmm.
Well, that's interesting because when I listened to the Audible book of Herbie Hancock, Possibilities,
Yeah.
and he talks about when they're out with the quintet, sorry, with Wayne and Herbie, Ron and Tony. On the bus or on the plane, Tony would always be studying music.
Right, right.
He was just voracious, had a voracious appetite to learn, learn things about music.
Herbie's on that record.
Yeah.
I heard Herbie give a talk back at the Monterey Jazz Festival 15 years ago or more,
Hmm.
and he was there with Donald Byrd. So Donald Bird's been gone for quite a while, and Tony had just passed like that year. And the whole time he was talking about the Miles Group and about Tony, and he just said a bunch of stuff like that, Mike. Um, that he said Miles was the leader of that group, Wayne was the composer, and Tony was the music director,
Right. I heard Miles say that very same thing.
which is really cool. And Tony was like all of like what,
Right.
18?
20. He started at
Not
18.
even,
Yeah.
not even 20.
Like dropping that on my freshman. Hey, when Tony Williams was your age, you spineless punk, he was playing with Miles.
And can you imagine? I mean,
Worthless
I'm sure
people.
Miles was not an easy person to work with.
Oh, I'm sure not.
I'm sure it was a tough gig.
18, man. Good grief.
So did you want to play something off of that for our new album, Mike? Is that why you showed it to us, or
Oh
was that
no. No, I just saw it laying there. Not many people I know have that album.
I got to hear that, man. I'd love to hear that.
Okay, I'll bring
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah.
Wilderness. The first track is teary-eyed beautiful, man. Real simple, nothing outlandish,
Hmm.
but just gorgeous, man. And his voicings,
Hmm.
stunning. It sounds like someone who'd been writing that kind of thing for a long time, man.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then the next track is just the funkiest thing you've ever heard with Herbie and Stanley Clark.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Oh,
Wilderness. It's right before he died. It might be his last album.
Wow.
so any thoughts on tunes for the new record?
A change is going to come.
I love it, man.
Ooh,
I was
finally.
thinking him.
Sam Cooke,
Beautiful.
unbelievable.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be a great,
And I'll sing it.
great tune. Timely.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
just I was just not I was just not thinking
and,
that.
and
I
I'll
was,
sing it.
I was not thinking of the same thing, Mike.
Yeah, I was just not thinking that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's so
yeah.
many.
And then maybe some James Brown.
So are we heading down the R&B path?
I don't know, man. Why not?
I
It's,
don't see why not. I was
I mean,
just thinking, why not?
you want to do, Mike, you want to do some Earth, Wind and Fire, or
Absolutely, man.
yeah?
I mean, if we just
Right.
look at R&B, the body of work that we had now have to choose from. I mean, it'd be one
Yeah.
thing even if you just take Earth,
Well, you
Wind, and
could,
Fire.
the great thing is we could do albums, an R&B album every year until the day we die, and we still never
Oh, we would
Oh,
scratch the
even
surface.
scratch the surface.
speaking of Sam Cooke too, Love and Happiness.
Yeah, yeah,
That tune just kills me.
yeah,
Sly and the Family Stones tunes. Say hi, Melody.
There's Melody.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sly tunes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Isley Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we could do the Temptations, Ball of Confusion. You guys know that tune?
Uh-uh.
Kind of ladder. Early 80s, maybe, late 70s, kind of their last hit. Ball of
Temp-
Confusion.
Yeah. Papa was a rolling stone.
Yeah.
Wherever he laid his hat was home. Oh
You
my!
heard Marcus's version of that? Very good. Marcus Miller.
Marcus Miller, a young bass player, right?
Yeah, young African American bass player from
Oh,
Philadelphia.
right. I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, black guy. He's done some records.
I hear he's a real he's coming on in the.
You know what? We could even narrow it down, to R&B, but like healing tunes. I don't know really how else to put it, but a change is going to come.
Wow, that's a great idea, Mike earlier.
Healing. I'm just along the lines of timely stuff. Songs, tunes for the universe, man.
Yeah, baby.
Healing tunes, and that
Can we get
that
a
doesn't mean.
hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Little spoken word. We can have little insert spoken word things from each of us, after a couple tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Abbott's musings.
There you go, man. I love it.
Songs for healing. And it doesn't have to be, that's everyone's going to think it's contemplative and boring and all ballads. No, man.
No.
No.
No. We heal in so many different ways.
Everybody heals different.
I mean, it could be like
People need to heal.
That's right.
Some people.
The healing groove.
Some people need to heal their funk bone. Because if your funk bone is sick,
Yeah.
that's terminal.
Oh.
Oh,
It's much more important than even your wishbone.
by far.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't have a proper wishbone without the funk bone.
Yeah, because the funk bone's connected to the wishbone.
That's right. Yeah, let's think about that. Let's narrow it down to
I like it.
tunes that have something to do with getting back on track or healing,
Yes.
and then each come up with 3 or 4.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
Dig it. Love it.
cool. Good
Hey,
talk, guys.
Yeah, geez.
So what would be an Earth, Wind, and Fire tune that fits into that?
Hmm.
Oh man,
Reasons?
Well,
possibly.
September. I don't remember what that song's about, but
In the Stone.
In the Stone. Yeah.
I don't remember that
I mean,
one.
there's so many Earth, Wind, and Fire tunes. I'll get all my stuff out
Yeah.
and look at it all.
Cool.
Do you guys have the tune? It was a double album, Faces, 1979, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Boy, Mike, that's before my time, man.
Cases?
Hey, TJ, hit your husband real quick for me.
Ah. Terry Joe, how you feeling?
Well, I was trying to get my walker around the table to say hi, but I'm stuck. So,
That's a problem.
She's running around like a 4-year-old.
right.
World, for God's sake.
A 40-year-old with a new hip.
One day I'll be able to actually walk on it. But good to see you guys. Happy New Year.
You too,
So
TJ.
when we got home, I bought her a hip kit, and I thought, what a great name for a tune.
Hey,
Hip.
we'll have to do one healing tune for Terry Joe. What is hip?
Yeah.
Oh,
But we'd have to have the horn section.
Who needs that?
they're just going to drag the band down.
They're
You know,
drag us down.
they're not going to play it in time.
No. So the Earth, Wind, and Fire, that double album is what? Cases?
Faces.
Faces.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there were any hits on it, and that's, you know, in their heyday of just hit after hit after hit, and they did this double record. I don't think there's a hit on it, but it's killing. It's so good, and it's Jerry Hay and all his guys. I mean, the typical EWF production, and God, it's a good album.
Who did produce those records? Was that Maurice?
I think so. Let's see if I can find one. Can't find my glasses.
He tells a story about playing with Coltrane. Maurice White, because he was a drummer when he was a kid.
Right.
And he got up on stage and tried to play with Coltrane. He played something like really, really fast. And he said about 16 bars into it, he started going, oh, like having a cramp in his right arm. Did you ever hear them live?
Never did, man. So
I
disappointed.
heard him. 76.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh,
No, this album, not so much.
just had an Air Force jet go over the top of me.
Wow. Well, the way the world is, you might want to duck.
Yeah, I think so. Go down into my
Your bomb shelter.
my bomb shelter. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
No, I can't find any. I'll search them. EWF.
Yeah.
Send you guys some titles.
Great.
James Brown, Sam Cooke.
Yep. How about Chicago? They have such great tunes too, man.
Man, there's a tune no one knows that is so good at it. It's on Chicago 6,
Yeah.
which was up at Caribou, the first album up at Caribou. Oh, you know
really?
what? It'd be perfect. It's called What's This World Coming To?
Oh shit.
And it is, search it, man. Listen to it today. What's This World Coming To?
But can we justify that as R&B?
Possibly. It's just a slamming tune. It's probably as close to R&B as Chicago ever got. Terry Cat, I mean, check it out. It blows me away.
Cool.
What's this world coming to?
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be more timely as far as the title goes.
Yeah. I've got some like a whole bunch of stuff that I've like a quarter written from last year. Jeff, I'm sure you have stuff. So, you know, if we feel like they're good enough.
Yeah.
It's a winner.
It's so good.
Cool.
And no one knows that tune, man.
Right.
Remember when Danny Serafin was living in Denver?
Danny Serafin?
And he wanted a lesson. And so we got together, and I said, look, before we get started, I just got to say, I'm, a huge fan of yours. That tune, that single stroke, well, we didn't get to it. It was like a little interlude going into a bunch of stuff. And there's just one measure where the horns are coming on a big fall, and Danny does this single stroke roll for the ages. It's just such a moment. You'll hear it when you listen about halfway through. He said, "Oh, thank you, man." And then he proved he couldn't play.
Oh.
He was so, this is, 92, 93.
Was he just not playing? Did he just kind of
No,
stop?
he got fired from Chicago.
Hmm.
I mean,
Ouch.
he was I just finished reading his book, man. He was depressed. He put drums away. He was hanging on by a thread, basically,
Oh, that's
living
terrible.
in a friend's cabin up in Evergreen, not playing a thing. And we had lessons, and it was basically starting over again for him. He
Wow.
actually sat in one time with Wake Up Call, Eric's band, and he dropped 4 sticks on one tune. He was so nervous.
Oh,
4 sticks on one tune, man.
for a guy who's played like everywhere in the world.
And it's
right?
iconic. You know, Buddy Rich loved him, loved his playing. And Buddy was not the nicest cat in the world. I don't know if you've heard that before.
Oh, is that right?
Some interviewer, like 73, 74, modern drummer was interviewing Buddy Rich. And he asked him about a bunch of current drummers like Bobby Colomby with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, who he loved, Seraphin. And he said, well, how about some of the other big band drummers? And he specified Randy Jones in Maynard's band.
Oh, wow.
And Buddy said, are you kidding me? He sounds like he's paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Randy Jones he's
Not
a
from the
great
waist
drummer.
down, from the
No,
neck
man,
down.
from here, nothing moves.